Hello everybody, my name is Neil Nice, and my personal safety commitment is to always wear the proper PPE when handling potentially hazardous materials. And that will be somewhat of the focus of today's safety topic, is handling the generally used items in the plant that aren't really that good for you. So, I printed off a couple things to cover a couple of most commonly used stuff they use in the plant. Stuff like OBD foam, stuff like Loctite, rapid thinning. These are things that we use all the time that, if you're like me, aren't necessarily using your gloves when you're doing it. And if you are they the right kind of gloves? So when you're handling chemicals, we can't just use any kind of gloves. The more vicious the chemical is, the worse it's going to deteriorate the glove quicker. So you can't just wear those disposable clear gloves. Can't do it. It's got to be like nitrile. It's got to be neoprene. So, what I'm going to do is pass around some of these little data sheets right here. These are some of those material safety data sheets that we've heard so much about. We'll go ahead and get them going around. This is stuff that's really easily overlooked. You should be surprised to see the amount of chemicals that you're touching all the time every day. Stuff you don't want in your eyes, stuff you don't want on your hands. Your hands have a whole lot of nerve endings in it that easily be messed up by these chemicals. Because your skin is just one big organ. So you're going to get that. You're going to absorb that inside you. You don't want that. Which is pretty much the point I'm trying to drive home, is that even though there are commonly used chemicals that we think aren't really a problem, it's better safe than sorry when you come up to those. Alright? Let's get on that, huh? So, a little personal story. I don't use the proper PPE when I do this type of thing. I don't know if that's why my pinky wiggles. Alright, I don't know if that's nerve damage from doing it for so long, I don't know. But I've learned that cut gloves, even with that little bit of what kind of looks like a little rubber material, is not enough to keep the chemicals off the hands. And so that's why it's part of my personal safety commitment to fix that. And to hopefully not have two hands that move. Does anybody else have any personal stories? Anything about that? Questions?
My name is Cameron Casabon. My personal safety commitment is to always wear the proper PPE at work. When I worked at PPG, we had a ton of different chemicals and different like raw materials and stuff. And I would often go look at the material data sheet to kind of see how they were affecting my body. There was a lot of, maybe not like acute, like at the time that I was using them, problems, but there was a lot of chronic problems like cancer and lung damage and stuff like that from breathing in that stuff. So it was always important to know what the proper PPE was for each material that I was using. We had corrosive stuff, we had stuff that was super fine, so it was very important to wear your respirator, your gloves, and all that.
My name is David Horton. My personal safety commitment is to always wear my safety glasses in the plant, even in places I feel I don't need them. I work for Energizer. It's a battery company. I'm sure you all know it. Obviously, battery acid is definitely not something you want in your hands. So, I constantly have to keep aware of, like, whenever I'm clearing a battery jam out of something, to wear gloves, because, regular batteries, it's not so bad if you get it on your hands. Maybe it'll tingle a little after a while. You just wash it off with water. But the lithiums are a whole other story. You don't want that on you, and you certainly can't wash it off with water because that makes the acid actually activate and burn faster. So, safety glasses and even a face shield sometimes, if it's a really bad jam, is very important to wear.
Anything else for anybody?
My name is Hayden Gunser. My personal safety commitment is to always wear the proper PPE in the workplace. So at my old job at HondaJet, we used to have to use sealant to put around the antennas on the outside of the aircraft. So anytime he was using that stuff, he wanted to wear gloves because it was cancerous. In the long run, it was cancerous. We also use isopropyl alcohol and acetone. You're supposed to use gloves. There's probably plenty of times I didn't. I was told that back in the day, some of the old military guys just took acetone and just washed their hands with it like that. And that stuff's So I know it causes cancer.
Indeed. Well, now we've all, established that, we're gonna do our thing. Today's motto is save your skin. Alright? So we go 3, 2, 1.
Save your skin. Do it.
Right. Excellent. Think, a little self-reflection here. Things I think I did all right. I think I did all right talking. You guys. Could have been a little bit more organized with my information. Once I got to this spot, I kind of forgot everything I was about to say. And so, next time be a little bit more comfortable with the entirety of it. Things that I feel like I could do better, like I said, just getting a little bit more comfortable with it. Not forgetting everything as soon as I get here.
I think you did an excellent job. You had a lot of really good information. Next time, maybe raise your voice a little bit. You're a soft-spoken person, which is fine. But in a setting like this, you really want to kind of elevate your voice, especially since we are kind of in a loud environment. I mean, it's not super loud in here, but there were a couple times I could hardly hear you. So,
I got you.
but overall, you did a wonderful job
I
for your first time,
I appreciate it, man.
for sure.
I was thinking kind of the same thing as him. When that air compressor came on, it was definitely very difficult to hear you. And I'm not sure that the camera right there maybe picked up your voice over that noise.
It's true, I do have a little kind of monotone voice. I have to work on that. I appreciate it.
You did really good. You spoke good. The only thing is, when you start off, you have to ask the farthest person from the group, can you hear me?
That's right. That's right. I forgot to
Other
ask
than that,
that.
everything was pretty good.
Man, I appreciate it.
I think you did really good. The only thing that I think that you kind of messed up on a little bit is time on it. Because I feel like after you handed around the sheets for everybody to see and everything, it might have went over the time limit a little bit, but I'm not sure. Because you've been doing these really quick and getting them knocked out fast.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if it was under 5 minutes for those or if it's been over 5 minutes for those.
Gotcha.
So
I keep an eye on the time. I appreciate it.
My name is Isaiah Antis, and my personal safety commitment is lifting the proper form of the workplace. With that being said about the sheets, I do also think it was really cool that you brought the sheets and gave us something to kind of look at, because some of us haven't seen safety data sheets before and stuff like that, so I like that.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.